They say you never truly know someone until you share a space with them. I learned that the hard way when I moved in with Ethan 3 weeks ago. He answered my roommate ad with a single text, no social media, no references, but the rent was due and my options were thin. He moved in after midnight, dragging a battered suitcase and a heavy duffel, and disappeared behind his bedroom door. Since then, I've barely caught a glimpse of him, the only evidence of his existence were the bolts sliding shut every night and a low, persistent scratching from his side of the wall. I told myself it was a mouse, or maybe he had a weird pet, but the sound grew sharper, more frantic, as the days passed. Every night, the scratching would start at exactly 2:17 a.m., never a minute earlier or later. I started recording the sound on my phone, hoping to catch something, maybe to prove to myself that I wasn't losing it. But every recording was blank, just a void where the noise should have been. I tried knocking on his door, leaving notes under the crack, even making extra food to leave outside, but nothing changed. The food would disappear, but Ethan never emerged. The silence in the apartment became oppressive, the air thick with something I couldn't name, like a warning I didn't know how to heed. Tonight, though, everything was different. The scratching didn't start at its usual time. Instead, I heard Ethan's door creak open for the first time since he moved in. I pressed my ear to my door, heart pounding, listening to the slow, uneven footsteps moving down the hallway. My bedroom door handle turned, and before I could react, the door swung open. Ethan stood there, silhouetted by the hallway light, but something was wrong. His face didn't look like the blurry photo he'd sent. It was stretched, too long, with eyes that caught the light and reflected it back, flat and empty. He didn't say a word, just raised his hand and scraped his nails down the inside of my door, leaving deep, splintered grooves in the wood. The same frantic scratching I'd heard every night, but now only inches away. I stumbled back, but he stepped into my room, impossibly tall, his limbs bending at angles that made my stomach clench. As I scrambled for my phone, he leaned in close enough that I could smell the damp earth on his skin, and whispered, "It's your turn to stay inside." The last thing I saw before I blacked out was Ethan closing my door, locking it from the outside, and dragging his nails along the wall as he disappeared back into the darkness.